Good morning/afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining me today. We'll be diving into a comprehensive overview of accounting fraud, focusing on how it can be detected, prevented, and its overall impact. Throughout this presentation, we'll explore specific fraud schemes related to revenue and inventory, discuss effective detection methods and control strategies, and take a closer look at the regulatory frameworks that help keep financial reporting honest. I'm excited to share these insights with you and look forward to a great discussion ahead. Accounting fraud refers to the deliberate act of misstating or leaving out financial information with the intent to mislead those who rely on financial statements. Detecting this kind of fraud is crucial because accurate and trustworthy financial reports are the foundation for stakeholders to make informed decisions and maintain confidence in an organization. If fraud goes unnoticed, it can result in significant financial losses, damage to a company's reputation, and even lead to legal or regulatory penalties. Understanding these points helps emphasize why vigilance in identifying fraud is so important. On this slide, we're looking at common revenue fraud schemes. First, overstatement of sales, which involves inflating revenue figures beyond what was actually earned. Essentially, the company reports more sales than truly occurred to appear more profitable. Next is fictitious revenue recognition, where sales are recorded even though they never happened. This outright fabrication misleads stakeholders about the company's financial health. Then we have channel stuffing, a tactic where companies push excess products onto distributors before they're ready to sell them, artificially boosting current sales numbers. Lastly, premature revenue recognition occurs when revenue is recorded before it's actually earned, violating accounting principles and giving a false impression of the company's performance. These schemes all distort the truth about revenue and can have serious consequences. When it comes to inventory fraud schemes, there are several common tactics to watch out for. First, inventory overstatement involves reporting more inventory than is actually available. This can make a company's assets appear stronger than they really are. Then there's phantom inventory, where non-existent inventory is recorded, further inflating asset values. Another serious issue is employee theft or misappropriation, where inventory is unlawfully taken for personal gain. These fraudulent activities don't just affect inventory figures, they also distort key financial metrics like the cost of goods sold, profitability, and financial ratios, ultimately giving a misleading picture of the company's financial health. One common fraud tactic is manipulating cutoff periods. This involves shifting revenue or inventory from one reporting period to another to make the financial results look better than they really are. For example, a company might record sales early or delay expenses to boost income for a particular quarter. Another tactic is inflating inventory counts during physical audits. This means overstating the amount of inventory on hand to make assets appear larger and improve the balance sheet. During an audit, this can mislead stakeholders about the company's true financial health. Lastly, creating fake documentation is a frequent method used to support these fraudulent transactions. This could involve producing fake invoices or sales records that justify revenue or inventory that doesn't actually exist. These documents make the fraud look legitimate and harder to detect. Each of these tactics can have serious consequences, so it's crucial to be aware of them. When it comes to detecting fraud, there are several effective methods we rely on. First, analytical procedures are key. They involve comparing expected financial trends with the actual results. If something doesn't add up as anticipated, it raises a red flag. Next, reconciliation techniques help us ensure accuracy by aligning inventory records with physical counts, spotting discrepancies that might indicate issues. Surprise inventory counts are another powerful tool because unexpected checks can catch intentional misstatements by preventing anyone from preparing false records in advance. Finally, the use of data analytics allows us to dig deeper by identifying unusual patterns, anomalies, or inconsistencies that may signal fraud. By combining all these methods, we significantly increase our chances of detecting fraudulent activities early and protecting the integrity of financial information. Accounting fraud creates serious financial distortions, making a company's true performance look better or worse than it actually is. This misrepresentation can mislead investors and other stakeholders. As a result, trust takes a big hit, investors lose confidence, which often leads to a drop in share prices. Beyond just the market impact, companies face legal troubles too. There can be hefty penalties, regulatory sanctions, and ongoing scrutiny from authorities. But the damage doesn't stop there. The broader effects include harm to the company's reputation and even threats to its ability to continue operating, which can be devastating in the long term. To effectively prevent fraud, it's essential to implement strong internal controls that continuously monitor financial processes. This helps catch irregularities early and ensures transactions are properly authorized. Another key strategy is segregation of duties, which means dividing responsibilities so no single person has control over all aspects of a financial transaction. This reduces the chance of collusion or unauthorized actions going undetected. Regular audits play a crucial role as well, providing an independent review of financial information and processes to verify accuracy and compliance. Finally, training employees on fraud awareness is vital. When staff understand the risks and ethical standards, they become an important line of defense. Together, these measures create a culture of accountability and significantly lower the opportunities for fraud to occur. The Sarbanes-Oxley Act plays a critical role in setting internal control standards and ensuring transparency in financial reporting. This law is designed to restore trust by requiring companies to be more accountable and transparent in their financial disclosures. Alongside this, there are strict reporting requirements that compel organizations to disclose their financial conditions promptly, keeping investors and regulators informed in real time. Failure to comply with these standards can lead to severe penalties, including hefty fines, imprisonment, and even delisting from stock exchanges. Ultimately, adhering to these regulations is essential not just to avoid punishment, but to protect all stakeholders and maintain the overall integrity of the financial system. Fraud schemes can be surprisingly complex, often designed to fly under the radar unless there are strong, vigilant controls in place. When companies fail to detect these schemes early, the consequences can be devastating, including significant financial losses and, in some cases, even bankruptcy. From these cases, we learn critical lessons: the need for independent audits, transparent reporting practices, and swift, thorough investigations whenever fraud is suspected. Ultimately, these examples highlight just how crucial it is to actively combat accounting fraud to protect a company's integrity and longevity. To wrap up, let's highlight the key takeaways from our discussion. First, accounting fraud severely damages the integrity of financial statements and shakes the confidence of stakeholders, which can have widespread consequences. Next, common fraud schemes, especially those involving revenue and inventory, might differ in their methods but ultimately aim to misstate financial results. Detecting these schemes effectively requires a blend of analytical procedures, thorough reconciliations, and surprise audits to catch irregularities early. Prevention, on the other hand, hinges on having strong internal controls, clear segregation of duties, and ongoing fraud awareness training to empower employees. Finally, compliance with regulations is crucial not only to avoid legal trouble but also to uphold trust in the marketplace. Staying vigilant and maintaining robust controls are the best defenses against fraud risks in any organization.